Today I want to talk about anger and how anger affects our lives. How anger causes illnesses like cancer, heart problems, heart attacks, and other really serious illnesses. And I want to tell you about somebody on the group who actually shared with me her experience with anger. And this is her story. And once I've told you her story, we're going to look at 8 steps to get over anger. So this is what she wrote about anger and how it affected her. So first of all, after my cancer treatment, I saw my life through a huge window. I had to make changes to be happier, to deal with my suppressed emotions that I'd carried for many, many years. I'd blamed myself for my bad decisions. Everything surfaced in front of me. I needed to deal with grief, anger, in such a way that brought up my bad decisions. I needed closure. By dealing with my long-term suppressed emotions, I finally healed. I made closure. I made time for me. Now I can honestly see the sunshine and rainbows in my life. I feel alive. Also, what this horrible disease has taught me is to live life to the fullest. Create beautiful memories, do things spontaneously, and you're in control of your happiness. Tell people that you love them. Share your memories and your feelings. Be yourself. Be you. Life's precious, so enjoy, believe, and be thankful. And this is a person that had suppressed anger and had problems with anger, and which caused her cancer. And she fought her anger, and then she healed her cancer. What a beautiful story. And anger is the reason why many of us suffer from illnesses. So that's why I want to go through eight steps to get over anger. Well, get through anger, because we can't actually stop ourselves from getting angry, because anger is an emotion that we must get through. We can't get over it. I mean, there's no way that we'll never ever feel angry. And if we suppress our anger, it's like a volcano that's ready to erupt. And so these are the 8 steps. First of all, step 1, 2 R's. You have to recognize the triggers. Step 1, you recognize the triggers and you reflect on them. So what I mean by that, you keep a journal. You keep a journal. It's on page 26 of the book. Okay, so it's a journal that you keep, and I've written the diary, I've written out for you the diary in the file section above. So all these notes that I'm telling you today is written on a worksheet, and this diary is written out for you in the file section above. So our first step, as we're going through it, is to recognize the triggers. Is it with your partner? Is it with your children? Is it with your boss? Is it with your friend? Who causes you anger? And in what situation causes you anger? And you are going to fill that out in your diary. And so you will be filling out, first of all, the day, the time, the incident, the trigger, your belief, your emotional and physical response, your behavior, and your consequence. So that is recognizing when you get angry. Step one. Step two. Step two is to fill out about 30 entries in your diary in order to realize or to recognize basically the pattern, because there will be triggers that trigger you, and after about 30 entries in your diary you will be able to see a pattern. So that's step two, 30 entries. Step three is, this is when the reflect comes in. You reflect on your journal. You reflect on your journal and you're able to see, when were you provoked? Why were you provoked? And so I'll give you an example of the diary and how I used it. First of all, day one. The day was the 25th of May, we'll say. The incident, this is a true example. It was when a partner of mine used to walk in front of me and check out other women, and so this was one incident. The belief I had, this is in the diary: I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not enough, I'll never be enough, other people are better than me. My emotional response: jealousy, rage, insecurity, unloved. So that was my emotional feeling. And then the physical feeling: heart beating, lightheadedness, dizzy, heart palpitations, a vomity feeling, nausea. And the behavior: stonewalling him, not talking to him, not interacting with him, being very quiet, and the consequence, a full-blown argument. Okay, so that is the type of thing you write in your diary. And after about 30 incidences, I realized that the issue wasn't with me. It was, I would never be enough for this person, because it was that situation. It was another situation where we went to the restaurant and he went and spoke to another woman with a dog. It was 30 incidences, one after the other, where the same thing provoked me. And if I didn't have the diary, I would have forgotten these incidences. And so in this is step three, you reflect on all the incidences and you look at the pattern. So step one is you recognize, you're looking at the patterns. Step two, 30 entries. Step three, you're reflecting on them. Now I'm going to talk about, we're going to another level. Step 4 to 8 is actually when you are angry. And so this is the way that you deal with anger when you're actually enraged. So the first 3 steps was writing it down, but now you're actually in a situation that's causing you so much anger. And so step 4, you've been triggered, you are angry, okay? Your blood has left your brain, you're feeling lightheadedness, it's left your heart, you've got heart palpitations, you're feeling dizzy, you're feeling light, you feel nauseous. So that is when you are triggered. And remember, the physical response happens first. Okay, that's the anger. The physical response happens first. And so what happens when you're in this? Remember, you've got a 90-second window where you don't have to marry the physical response with the mental response, the emotional. In that response, what you do is you step back, you breathe in, and you breathe out. You breathe in, you breathe out 10 times, 10 really deep breaths, taking your air, your oxygen in. As we said, your testosterone, which is making you strong, and you're breathing out your cortisol, which is your stress. You're breathing out your stress. You're breathing in your testosterone, which builds power. Then what you do, you write it down, the event that happened, keeping stum, you do not talk. You write it down in your journal, and you can go and talk to a third party. You might want to get your best friend, you bring them close, and you say to them, okay, listen, this happened. So what you're doing is you're venting out before you approach the person, before you lose control of the situation. Then, when you're calm, when you have expressed your anger, you go and talk to the person who has angered you. So what you do is you go to them with empathy. I'm sorry, that the step 6 was to vent your anger to a third party, which was your best friend or whoever is willing to listen. Step 7 is speaking your truth. Speaking your truth. And this is done by using grace before the truth. You use grace. So you step into their shoes. You step into their shoes and you say to them, instead of lashing out, you bring down the wall and you say, I realize that I've been really busy and I haven't given you attention, or I realize that I didn't put on makeup today, or when we went out, or whatever. And then you speak your truth. So you've brought down the wall and then you speak the truth. However, it seems to me that you are interested in other women and you're not giving attention to me. It seems to me that you don't care, or it seems to me that I'm unloved. It seems to me that I'm unsafe. It seems to me that I'm not given attention. Okay, so you speak your truth. You speak out what you feel, and then you tell them about the incident in a very calm way. You tell them, because at the beach this happened, or during whatever this happened. And so you go back, because you've got the diary in your mind, you've written it, and so you've got it in your mind. You can tell them the incident that happened. And ultimately, it's taking full responsibility to care for your needs. That's what it's about. Taking full responsibility to look after yourself and expressing your truth. This was done by me with a partner I had, and after filling in 30 entries of the diary, I realized, what the fuck am I doing? Excuse me. what the fuck am I doing with this guy? He does not see me. He does not take care of me. I feel unsafe with him. I'm I'm not respected. He's not telling me the truth. And after seeing a pattern, I was able to just get rid of him. But I didn't have to go into a major argument about it. Now, and that's the way I dealt with my anger. I really thank you guys for following. I really do.